program is brought to you by FanDuel, where we give sports fans the chance to win every day.
You like that FanDuel word?
Yo, I like that. I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? That was new.
Professional.
That's what we are, brother.
Well, not really.
First took away. After this, get your money's worth now.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's the best Pelicans coverage you could ever find, baby. It's us. It's me, the pod guy. You got Coach Knapp in the building. Frank Jackson over there to my right. You know what I'm saying? With the hat like T.I. and ATL, my dog. Yeah. So listen. so listen, man. We here to talk about Uncle Joe went against the grain today.
Polo Joe. Shawty.
Polo Joe. Oh, my fault. Oh, all
Polo
right.
Joe. Chris, you know what? I think we gotta go to the film early. I was kind of I was watching at the studio today. I turned to Lala and I was like, Joe's wearing a polo. No New Orleans Pelicans gear, nothing like that. Just he went with straight polo.
Have you not noticed that this man, since he's been in, how long he been in New Orleans? Well, not in New Orleans, but how long he been a part of the organization?
Allegedly. Probably like 5 or 6 months right now.
Bro, there's at least 7 to 10 pictures you can find of him in Ralph Lauren polo. I'm not exaggerating.
I was kind of surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's him.
He got a lot of Ralph in his car.
Yeah. If it's not Ralph, he ain't wearing it, dog.
Feel that, man.
Justin, before we start, what are your thoughts about Young Dro?
I got nothing for you.
Justin, let me ask you this though. Hold up, Chris. Follow up question. Follow up.
Yep.
All right. I can blink. I don't know how to dance though.
You think we could just start the show? I don't like.
Damn, man.
All right, don't worry about it.
I gotta be better. I gotta be better. You gotta be better.
My bad. What up, Chad? I gotta tell you, I'm in a real playful mood. So like, this might be crazy. This show
Chris, what's going on here?
What you mean by that?
I'm having a pod, bro. Like, I'm having a pod.
You are too old and too tall to be saying something like I've been in a playful mood. You too big for that, bro. You once you pass like 6'3", you can't be in a playful.
Can't play no more. I just seen a picture of Shaq holding them. No mind. Let's just go on.
You want to talk about? Okay, all right. Shaq,
Chris, that's an old school cup right there. I didn't know those were still in existence. That's an old school cup right there.
Yep.
Shout out.
What up, Chaz?
Whoa, can y'all hear me?
No.
Yes, sir.
What up, Chaz?
Yeah.
How y'all doing, man?
Chaz, why they say you in the casino, bro?
I'm in the casino. Oh, nah. I've been gambling, but not in the casino.
What sports book you use, Chaz?
Oh, FanDuel all the way.
Oh, okay. I was curious. All right, look.
Yeah,
professionals.
It's the guys, man. It's the guys.
That's professionals right there.
Hey, before we get started, I just want to say I'm gonna ask y'all. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen 1 minute of this. So.
Me either.
But Justin, you kind of saw a little bit of it, right?
I watched the whole thing.
All right.
The whole thing. Chaz, you watch it live? No.
Chaz ain't seen it. All right.
I don't remember what time I woke up. I ain't seen the sun in days. But go ahead though.
My dog living.
You all right?
My dog.
We're so bad. We're so
My bad, Lala.
Oh, you good.
All right, man. Here
What
we
does that
go,
mean? What
I can't co-sign that, big brother, but I ain't mad at you for what you heard.
All right, man. Here we go.
Shout out Peppa the Pig right there.
Thank you guys. I just want to open up and say it's been really busy summer, productive summer. A lot of hard work has gone into preparing for the season. Guys have been really good this summer. All the players, coaches, and just trying to get everybody.
Joe just ran up there. He ran
with one mindset going into the season. And so we feel really good about that. Looking forward to the season. You never really know for sure how things are going to play out, but I just feel good about how everyone has kind of come together to try to right the ship here and get us heading in the right direction. So with that, I'll open it up to questions.
Can we pause it real quick? I got a small question. Why tired already?
He just asked if he did just run that.
He's so excited. Like, I mean, look, see, that's the kind of excitement and the passion I need from my executive vice president of basketball operations, dog. He's so excited. Like, if he had to sneeze right now, he will hold it in because he's so excited and passionate about what he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, come on. That's all I got. Look at that man's face right now.
Hey, son, look at this. Look at this, son. Hey, son.
Joe breathing hard. Joe like them dudes who carry a towel in their pocket. Always, he carry a bandana and he just wipe it.
Oh, hey, you better. The organization better chill. I don't know. Hey.
No, Joe old school. He don't carry a bandana. He carry a handkerchief.
Chaz. He gotta be on the shoulder. There's a pocket.
Gotta be on the same note as your star player. If you going like you gotta be.
I see what you're saying. Oh, Zopomp. Gotcha. The church style. Come on, man.
Yeah, so I can tell you about the guys who are on the court right now. I just walked from over, watching Herb, watching Trey go full speed. Those guys have been scrimmaging for the last 2-3 weeks, nonstop. I've seen those guys get knocked down, crash to the floor, everything. And so those guys have been back on the court in full speed.
Hold up, can we pause right there?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a victory, right? That's a victory for us.
So yeah, I think he goes on and says that they're fully cleared. But to say that they've been playing 5-on-5 the last couple weeks, that's obviously a really good sign with Trey and Herb. Because like that means you're going to have your starting 5 to begin the year. Well, besides Dejounte. Sorry.
I'm gonna take the good news in stride and not ask too many questions, but that's in stark contrast to what was reported early in the offseason. So clear can mean a lot of things, but I'm gonna just take the good news.
Because remember, I mean, Chaz, even remember the conversations we were having at the end of last year. Like, man, we might not see Trey until January. Nobody, right. No one knows what Herb. Man, we gonna have 3 players missing the rest of 2025. These were the conversations we was having at the end of the season. Once after Trey got hurt, you know what I'm saying? So a win's a win.
And I'm like, if you were cleared, then what? See, it just leads to more questions as it pertains to Herb specifically. But let's take the good news.
Bro.
For several weeks now, in terms of injuries to Dejounte and to Queen, those guys are deep into their rehab. Obviously, they're not back yet. I can't give a specific date right now for those guys, but they're really deep into their rehab.
Can you stop it there, Lito.
That was a little crazy.
So, like he says, like deep into their rehab. Okay, I understand that, but we still don't have a timetable for Queen. Like Dejounte, I understand. The Derik Queen timetable. How do you not have a timetable for Derik Queen? This should be into October. Like you should be like, he's ramping up. Like he should be able to return end of October, early November. So that to me, right when he says that, worries me a little bit.
Did he buy a new arm?
Who's that? Queen?
Queen. Did he buy a whole new arm? Is this?
He can afford it.
I have a theory.
On who? Queen?
I think they believe Derik Queen is fat.
He does talk a lot about. You're going to start seeing that. They talk a lot about that. Interesting.
My conversations with the medical here has been really good over the summer. Just about the process that these guys have been going through.
Wait, hold up.
Yep.
So he said deep into his they're deep into their rehab. He said he doesn't have a timetable, but like, and you saw this. So does he ever mention Dejounte's?
There's not much to say about Dejounte. Queen, he talks about Derik Queen, especially which as is to alluding to is he talks about like how I think he even mentions it. Y'all said it last night. You didn't hurt any of your legs, like you hurt your arm. So like you're gonna be running and biking, and I think he talks about Lance Armstrong in this presser. It's
Lord,
yeah, it gets to that point.
That's not the best personal reference.
No, when you reference Lance, I'm like, man, not just
Bruce. So no specific dates, but I can tell you that the rehab is going really well.
So with her and Trey, just to be clear, they'll be ready for the season opener?
Yeah, those guys are, like I said, they've been practicing full speed for the last several weeks now.
They'll be able to go during preseason as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you monitor the preseason minutes, to get these guys back, but these guys have been fully cleared to go. So it's no holds barred for those guys. They're ready to go.
And you mentioned finally seeing guys in the gym. It's one thing that kind of put all of these names together during the summer, but now seeing them in the gym, seeing them play together, what's kind of your thoughts, kind of seeing at the beginning stages?
So when you put in rosters together, the first place that it looks really good is on paper, right? The second place it looks good is on the court. And so that's why the summer is so important, because you need to start seeing these guys play together and get used to each other before you get to training camp. And so for the last month or so, a lot of these guys have been playing together. Zion, Herb, Trey, Queen before he got hurt. So that's really why this last month.
It says a lot of them have been playing together. Queen got hurt. Derik Queen got hurt like in the summer league, so he never had a chance to play with Trey, Zion, or Herb or someone like that he's mentioning right there. So I don't know where he's going with that.
Maybe he's saying that Queen's injury stopped Queen from being a part of playing with the rest of the guys. Like, maybe because I think at some point here, and I saw a clip of him aligning each rookie with the veteran. You know what I mean? That kind of setup. So maybe he's talking about with the injury interrupted.
Okay.
Leading up to training camp becomes so important because you can put these teams together and it looks good on paper, but until they get on the court and start playing together and figuring each other out, you see guys in settings like these, you see guys after they finish scrimmaging, what you see is them talking to each other and talking about, here's where I like to be, here's where I like to be. You can't wait to training camp to start doing that. You want to do it a month out from training camp.
Hey, Joe, how much kind of following up on that?
Lito?
Willie.
Now, this is, again, I don't mean to kick at this situation, but again, this isn't very much different from, I tend to think Joe Dumars' communication skills are a bit overrated. I don't think he's very much different from David Griffin. And he's like, he just has a little more quote unquote realist with his optimism, like mixed in with his optimism. But also, where is Troy Weaver? Troy Weaver is the acting general manager.
I'm glad
tomorrow,
you brought
maybe?
that up, Chaz. Bro.
Yeah,
do you think it's tomorrow? So do you think? So you remember? I'm glad you brought that up, Chaz, because I thought it was interesting today where Joe went up by himself today and answered all the questions by himself. And when you saw Griffin in the past, he had Trajan, he had Bryson, right? And so I thought it was interesting. To your point, what you said is, okay, Joe's here by himself. Where is Troy Weaver? Because he mentioned Troy Weaver and how he was a big part in the Jordan Poole trade. And that was like one of their bigger moves this offseason. So I'm actually interested, is Troy Weaver going to answer questions by himself tomorrow, or is Joe going to be with Troy Weaver?
We'll see.
My fault.
He said that y'all have great synergy between the front office and the coaching staff and the players. How much of it do you want to see come organically, and how much of it is, Willie, you want to see this, or kind of you all figuring out what you want to see, maybe not letting it grow organically?
No, good question. I think that for stuff to really work in sports, you know, a good portion of it has to be organic. Because in sports, you can't script out every single thing. You just can't. It's just not the nature of the business. So organically means, when I was talking about the guys talking to each other, that's happening organically. No one's telling those guys, you guys need to talk to each other about where you like to be. And those things happen automatically. And so I do think that, yeah, you have to have people on the same page. You have to have a kind of a plan of how you want to do things. But also, man, those players, man, they have to connect organically on the court more than anything else. It has to happen like that.
What have you seen from Zion since he's been back in the city? And what have the conversations been with him as far as like what are the expectations?
Is that Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as on the court and off.
Yeah, the main thing that I've talked to Zion about is just responsibility and accountability. I said, you know, what I've said to him is, you know, with greatness comes responsibility. You don't get to be great and not responsible. And so there's just been a heavy emphasis on that, just being accountable and responsible for what you do. It's not enough just to be talented. And I've said to him, I said, look, you know, there's a difference between talent and great. Those are two different things. You can be talented without any responsibility. You can't be great without any responsibility. You just can't. That's not what greatness is. And so let's just make sure that we are responsible and accountable. And I can tell you, he's been great. Zion has been great. I've not had any issues with him. He's been working extremely hard. I see him probably for the last month in and out of the practice facility, really pushing himself hard. So I have been happy with him this summer. But still, at the end of the day, man, you got to be responsible and accountable for everything you do.
Joe, you talked about how you want to get everybody on the same page. That's what you've kind of been working on the last few weeks or months even. Sure. How does that look like between the front office and the coaching staff? Because it sounds like the players are doing their part on the court right now, but what about the rest of the group?
Communication. Like, I just had a long meeting this morning at 9 a.m. with the entire coaching staff, with everything, and talked about expectations, responsibilities, everything that we should be trying to accomplish.
Hold up. We talked about this yesterday on the show, and we talked about setting a tone, or Joe setting a tone for the coaching staff. How y'all think that meeting went? Like, what you think was said in that meeting?
I would assume that it was a bunch of, because here's the thing. It's not like Joe hadn't already given expectations coming into today. Like he gave expectations to these guys probably not that far after he got hired. But what you would assume is they're having conversations about training camp, which is starts this week, right?
Yeah,
Wednesday, right?
Like after media day, they're giving updates about the health of certain players. They're talking about how good this player looks, that player looks. Joe has an interesting case because he's been a player at a high level. So he knows what these situations are like on multiple levels, and he knows what it's like to play with high level talent. He's seen them on both sides. So he could also be, like when he talks about expectations, it could be talking about how important training camp simply is, how important or what he would like to see from building this element of this team's preparation versus the season. Like this, a lot of parts of the season going to take care of itself. But I would wonder and assume with his background on both sides of this thing, I would wonder if he's talking about expectations on multiple levels.
I would agree with Chris as well, just because, I think his opening statement was pretty telling. He said, we came here to right the ship. And it's like, hey, if David Griffin was the captain, Willie Green's the first mate. Now, again, I might have all the confidence in the world in Willie Green, but when we have heard Joe speak of Willie Green, he didn't give him this, crazy endorsement thus far. So I think, again, he's going to them with that same expectation. Like, look, anybody don't want to be here or anybody who can't afford to stay here, you can go. You can be replaced. We will make it happen. So I think he's just setting the tone for the entire staff as well, because they're just as culpable as the roster.
Real. Justin, what you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Chaz and Chris. I think there's going to be just a level of like I do believe that Joe Dumars brings a little bit of intensity into the building. Like people have to start doing their job, or you will be replaced. And I'm not just saying this. Like he has shown. Go look what we did at Detroit. I think Ross said this last night. It's like he's not scared to fire a coach. I think whatever he says, like eight coaches in 9 years or 7 coaches in 8 years, something like that. So like, I do think that he's setting a tone, and I like what he says about expectations, and you'll see this later on in the show, but someone's like talks about like playoffs or wins or losses. And he goes, how about we just start competing every single night and then build our way to winning and then build our way to a playoffs. And it's just a little bit opposite of what David Griffin and like Griff would like just say all these expectations and blah, blah, blah. Like I like that Joe is actually starting from ground zero. This is how we're going to play. This is what I expect. And then everything else will take care of itself.
Well,
the way that works is you have to communicate. You cannot work in a silo where you're not communicating with the person. So Willie walks into my office every day. We sit and watch the guys scrimmage and go up and down every day. And as we're watching them scrimmage, we're talking about what's happening. You see that play? This would be a good play for that guy. Like, so I just think it's communication.
I thought that was an interesting comment right there. When Joe's like, this is a good play for that guy.
Yeah,
like is Joe saying that to Willie? Like is Joe like, hey, Willie's in the office. Like, no, I think Joe's like, come here, like sit down. Let's watch together of what will be successful, what you need to do, how you need to implement this person.
You would have to assume. Wait, go ahead, Lito.
No, I was just gonna say, much like Zion, if I had to shoot Willie any bell, much like Zion, Willie has not had any accountability or had any idea of what. I mean, he's been on a coaching staff, obviously won the NBA championship, but as far as like being on a team bearing the fruit for itself, he don't know what that look. He still don't know what that look like. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't had the pieces weren't around him foundationally either to be like, yeah, you know, like this is what you do. This is how you get there. And with all due respect, David Griffin probably wasn't the person to lead him into that type of foundational success. Joe, on the other hand, played the game, GM the game. He's been in the league office. He's seen basketball in so many different lights that I hope that this is I mean, look, we joke about Willie Green. Sometimes we won't be joking, but like for this shit to be successful,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like he gotta up his game too.
You would, and you know what, you would assume, right? Like one of the benefits of inheriting, like, or taking over someone else's organization, someone else's room, is that the weaknesses stick out to you quicker than anyone else. Like you're a fresh face, so you immediately can look at something and address it and attack it in ways that either maybe a fresher way or a way that maybe the previous regime didn't. And we don't know what type of conversations Grip had with Willie in regards to his weaknesses, but I guarantee you a guy like Joe Dumars is making lists, negative and positive, what this person does well, what they don't do well, because if this is going to work, we have to address it. So to me, I'm like, when I'm hearing him say that he's watching, that he's having Willie watch him, like he's in my office every day, I don't think that's because Willie just willingly just wants to go in there. I'm not trying to see my boss every day willingly. No, Joe, you saw the mandate. Joe made that a mandate. We will talk every morning because there's a learning curve that maybe you missed. There's something that there's clearly something from you may need an extra pair of eyes. There's something missing in regards to how you direct, control, and maneuver this team that maybe I can provide. Then we started now. That's a part of the expectation as well. So that's a good point, or a good observation there, Justin, to point out.
Justin, you had something you wanted to say?
No, that was good.
Let me ask y'all this real quick. What is more important to you as far as like organizationally? Would you prefer your coach be in lockstep with the GM or the president of basketball?
I would like a clear definition of who the GM and president are, honestly, because I mean, to me, this is kind of like the issue with how things were arranged, because you got a guy who didn't get an opportunity to hire his own coach in Joe Dumars. He bring in somebody to replace the previous GM who also didn't hire Willie Green. And we haven't seen Trey or heard. We haven't even heard from Trey this offseason. I'm sorry, Troy Weaver. We haven't even heard from Troy Weaver this offseason. So I would just like, a clear, just optically, I would like to see people do their duties as they're supposed to. And I also think it's telling that there was like one addition to the coaching staff this offseason, that guy that they worked with previously in Detroit and in Portland. I can't remember his name, but he probably just really there as like the eyes and ears in the locker room, truthfully, because they didn't make any like real additions to the coaching staff. They didn't hire a second chair, third chair, and nothing like that. They just like, all right, we're just gonna run it back and we're gonna bring in the scout guy. We're gonna, work on our developmental areas. But it stopped there, truthfully. They didn't really bring anyone else in.
Yeah.
Any way you can be on the same page. The minute you stop communicating is when issues come up. And at some point, then you're not on the same page because you haven't been communicating. So that's the biggest thing in terms of, like, with the players is organic on the court, off the court with the front office and the head coaches, coaching staff. It's really communication. It's just back and forth conversation.
Can you stop it there?
Joe, can someone?
I think that's an important thing to say. He talks about communication. It shows to me that there was a huge disconnect between Griff and his staff and the coaching staff last year. Like he mentions communication and how important it is and all being aligned and everything like that. And I think it's important. And I give him props. Like, you can tell if it, like what he's talking about, like at least he's making this a priority and trying to fix this type of thing. Because I do think that the last couple of years, it's just been miscommunication after miscommunication. And I'm glad that Joe's like mentioning communicating both from front office, coaching staff, and players as well.
Real. Before we move on, please
smash the like button.
Please. Goodness gracious.
Even the bots that watch, you know who you are. Just smash the like button.
Build an NBA team similar to the Pistons team with the mental toughness and physical toughness that you played on? I mean, is this a different type of player today, or can someone build a team like that?
It's a different league today. Without a doubt, it's a different league today. I also think the elements to winning, though, remain the same. Like, you have to have guys who are committed, who are team first, willing to sacrifice, willing to make the extra pass, willing to give their body up for the next guy. All those things, any championship team you see, whether it was Oklahoma City just now, how unselfish they were, the teams over the past 5 years, those elements don't change. Now, style of play changes. It might not be as physical as it once was, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. But the elements to winning and being successful, those are the things that remain the same.
Have you seen the younger guys settle in now throughout the summer?
I'm sorry?
Guys settle in throughout the summer?
Yeah, those are the guys. So what we've done with a lot of those guys is we're making sure that, for instance, I just left and Peavy was working out with Sadiq Bey. Fears working out with Jordan Poole. When Queen is finally getting back on the court, he's with Kevon Looney. With these young guys, you got to put that veteran experience in front of them. I can sit and talk to them all day long. Need to do this, need to do that, need to do this. But they...
Go ahead.
I like that. That's another thing I feel like this organization... I mean, I'm saying that about this organization, but I feel like that's something I feel like the NBA don't really value anymore is veterans. Like, you see a team of the oldest guy on the team be 26, and it'd be like, bro, he, like you listen to the stories of, KG coming into the league and how they, they vets treated them or whatever. I really think PV being with Sadiq Bey, just in general, I think I really like that comparison because they kind of got a similar type build, and I think that PV can learn a lot. Jordan Poole and Fears also, like, you know, with the creativity that Poole got in his game, you know, NBA champion also, like that's a.
I got a question for you, Lito.
Yeah.
Whose idea do you think this was? Was this Willie Green's or Joe Dumars?
Oh, it was absolutely Joe.
I find like that's a problem. Like I feel like a head coach should easily just implement this. Like the rookie should go with the vet. It shouldn't take Joe Dumars to implement this. And I like the move. I really do like the move of a rookie learning from a vet, but you wouldn't think it would be this difficult. But I'm glad that Joe's doing that.
Well, I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about we don't think Willie knew or knows what he's doing.
He doesn't.
And if he's in over his head, I wouldn't expect him. I wouldn't expect him to even think of things like that. And which is wild considering the NBA he came from or the NBA that he played in. But again, I mean, it's gonna be really interesting, man, because I'm really curious for this year or maybe more that Willie Green is still coaching here. If there's anything that Joe Dumars is able to help him with, just by simply formally being in that locker room and hopefully being honest with him or having better communication with him than say a David Griffin really ever did, in regards to what he needs to do as a head coach. You know, no bail here for Willie, but I think everyone knows what it's like to not be someone's first choice or second choice. You know, maybe or third choice. You know, I don't know how much the communication issues that brought between those two, but I do think that it is kind of important for if like my head coach and the person or people that help put the team together, they need to have an understanding of what each other is expecting and how to get that shit done. So whether it was Willie's idea, whether it was Joe's idea, them working together, if this shit is gonna be anywhere close to good, is crucial.
If y'all think if Joe Dumars would have been here year one of Zion, you'd have got a different chain of events.
I think so. I think Griff was just I think he's just an oddball. Honestly, I think he's just this kind of I'm saying sometimes, you know, I just think he's probably not. He's like a bit of a slimy politician type character, whereas Joe, to me, admittedly, I never need to hear Joe Dumars speak again. Like, admittedly, it's that flat and lackluster, and you know, to me, it's like listening to Ben Crump speak. If anyone knows Ben Crump, it's like that. So I never really need to hear him speak again. But I do think just having that sense of direction and sense of stability and like clear cut, realistic, attainable goals versus a bunch of cliché-isms. And I think, again, the mistake they made was not catering to their best player out the gate. Like, if you saw you got the best results from a no-nonsense guy like a Stan Van Gundy, I would think more of that in the organization would have led to better results personally.
Yeah. What you think, Justin?
I agree. I want to see action. I'm ready to see action, man. You tell me Zion's in and out and pause. He's in and out of the gym and all that other stuff. Like, nah, Lito, I don't want to hear your shit. I need to see action. I need to see action. Okay, that's what I'm
with you. I'm with you. I'm ready to get this shit on the road.
One more time, Justin.
I need to see action.
There we go.
They need to see it on the court.
Well, hey, Joe just
see action,
and they need to see it from veteran guys on the court, and that's what we do with the young guys. Like, we pair them with vets who really know how to work. If you see Saddiq Bey work, PV working out with him has no choice but to work at that pace. Like, because
hold on. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because this sounds like some ingenious idea when the concept is really so simple. Nobody else can figure out how to do it, dog.
No. Hey, Lito, it's like the LeBron deluxe album video.
Yo.
We hit him with the elbow.
He go 3 more.
Yeah, Chaz.
Yo, that like I swear to God, that's what's kind of like Lito. You hit the nail on the head, dog. That's why this press conference in particular is like annoying because it's like, why I feel like this man coming here trying to teach us like about fucking basketball. This is like we've had the majority of these players the whole time. It's a shame that we're still at this stage. Like, yeah, I told the guys, look, man, you got to go to sleep at night. You got to get some rest. And it's like, yo, what kind of shit is this?
Chaz, he actually says that. Like,
oh, my God.
He talks about fears. He talks about, hey, you got to get your rest.
Chaz,
it's just
the bar
like,
is so low, though. The bar is so low. If you walk in, it's like, what? You would have to assume at some point, like, what the fuck is going on in here?
Because you would think that at this stage we'll be talking about more complex stuff like, yeah, you guys fell short. You keep getting to the second round. What do you think going to get you over the hump? What this is like, all right, so how can you get him to show up to practice every day? Then you got to send a lift. Then you got to send an Uber. Like how far along is he in his, like, it's so much basic rudimentary shit. But let's carry on.
Yeah. After you eat, you gotta wash your hands. I don't know if you.
Veteran guys, they know how to. Looney goes extremely hard in his workout. So when Queen is with him, you can't go half speed, and the vet guy is going all out. And so that's how you get those guys up to speed. You can talk to them. It's overrated sometimes. I mean, I can sit here and talk to them till I'm blue in the face, but they need to get out there and do it and see it. And to your point about organically, that's what I'm talking about. Put them out there. You don't have to say anything. All of a sudden, you'll see the young guys working at the same pace as the veteran guys.
What do you think you guys have to do to kind of help Derik to be ready to go once he's healthy enough to play and knowing that he's going to be missing some time coming back?
Yeah. So what we said to him is that your legs aren't broken, and so you can run. So he's so sick of running and riding the bike. I asked him, I said, you know who Lance Armstrong is? He said, I've heard the name before. I said, yeah, you're going to be Lance Armstrong here on this bike, man. And so he came back the next day like, I know who that is now. Yeah, you Google it. That's why, So we pushed him about conditioning. Just, you have to get in the...
Derik Queen going to have a drug test sent to his front door.
Yeah.
Derik about to be on EPO, bro. Like, what the fuck was going on?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Hey, either that, or he gonna be a 7-time future All-Star. Because then last one, like the Tour de Force, like 7 times, huh?
Yeah, Lance was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that.
Yeah. Lance was bad, man.
For worse.
Yo, shout! Lance had them cold-blooded wristbands. What was it? It was
Livestrong.
Livestrong.
Yeah, we would.
No, middle school. I had one.
Damn.
I used to stay.
We all had a Livestrong band. Like we in middle school. Are you kidding me?
They used to give them out at like foot action. No, what was it? Maybe Finish Line. Like
Just for Feet, baby. What was it? What was that place called?
I remember Just for Feet. Just for Feet. I think this was Finish Line. Like if you bought something, they'll give you a Livestrong band.
They give you one free. It'll be in the box.
You're right. Yeah.
Champs too.
If
you
you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Best shape possible. And then he's right there watching every day. You can see over the last several weeks, like he's more and more anxious to get out there right now. But until he can get out there, what we've emphasized is just get your body in incredible shape. That'll help you catch up a lot quicker if you're in great shape.
Just in general, how you kind of feel about the big man?
Let me ask y'all something. Would y'all be upset if Derik Queen, if this was a gap year for Derik Queen, and they was like, look, we don't even want you, ain't got to play this shit. We just want you to what's the word? Reformat. Yeah, re-engineer and reformat your body. Because I just don't think you're ready for like NBA level physicality. The way you're currently designed. Do y'all think I'm way off on that? Like, would y'all be upset with that?
Hey, Chaz, it's crazy because when I think about when was Summer League? That was June or July?
June.
Yeah.
So it's June, and he's still talking about
being on the shape and running.
Bro, it's September. It's about to be October. So I mean, yeah, I really could. I don't think that's crazy, honestly.
I almost wonder if it's like, yeah, you're not a center at this level.
Oh, he's not. He's not.
I think he's a power forward personally.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So if it's like, all right, well, you need to trim some weight. We need to shake that narrative, and when you are ready to hit the ground running, you'll be up to speed. I just wish he was able to hit the weights. I just wish he was able to do that. But he's like I said, he's in Baltimore, no brace on his hand, so maybe he's coming along.
I mean, he could, their leg weights. I mean,
yeah.
like you don't have to neglect. Yeah, no.
Man, position with the team with bringing back DC, bringing in, you mentioned Kevin Looney. Just where do you kind of see that group falling into place? Right?
I'm a big believer in depth in general. I'm a huge believer in depth. Like if you have depth on your team, you have a chance because you can always have someone out there going full speed. You can always have someone out there going really hard. It's one of the things I said about not building your team around one or two or just three guys. So when you see us have several big men, it's by design. It's by design that if you look at every position we have several people that can play, and that's by design how we.
I feel like I'm not
said several big men.
Yeah, I'm not one of them people that think the Pelicans had a disastrous offseason, but he putting a lot on motherfucker pay the cable bill. Like I pay bills in this house. Like he putting a lot on the depth.
We got one center on the roster.
We got one center.
Misi's still not there.
And one, I'm gonna say Misi, right? I'm gonna say you got two centers, and you don't really have a real power forward just yet. Because I don't know exactly what Carlo is. I think he's a power forward though. But this is like the real show me year for Carlo. And you don't have a backup point guard unless you're playing Jeremiah Fears, in my opinion.
And Chaz, to your point, look, I'm not like, of course, Misi is a center, but like, I still think he still needs a little bit of time to develop. He got thrown into a situation last year that was an absolute joke. And like, if you want to be a playoff team, right, a team that's successful this year, I just don't think you can run him out there for 25, 30 minutes a night and have a successful team. And that's not shot at Misi. I just don't think he's ready yet, and that's not a problem. He had a good rookie campaign, and he still has an incredible amount of time to grow into that role. You're putting a lot of pressure on. Like, Carlo's not a center. Derik Queen's not a center. You don't have several options. You got two, Looney and Misi. And like, that's it. So like, that worries me when he says that, because I'm with you. Like, and Chaz talked about this all the time. Like, I want to see Carlo play more. I don't think he's a true center.
See, here's the thing. If you think you have two centers, I think that's fine. Only because you know that Carlo is going to get time and you drafted Derik Queen. So let's say Queen, that means minimum you have 4 front court players that you plan on playing, and then whatever the fuck Zion is.
Let's say front court. Say that.
I mean, if you simply say you have 4 front court players and then whatever the hell Zion and Trey is or are, I think you're all right.
100%. 100%. But
it's the best depth you've had specifically in that region in the past 6 or 7 years.
So let me ask y'all this. We just saw. Wait, Chaz, was that you that sent the clip of what's my man's name on NBA Countdown?
Mark Spears.
Mark Spears. All right. So you heard Joe just talk about how much depth the Pelicans have. And I don't know if y'all, everybody in the chat, but Mark Spears was on Countdown talking about the Pelicans have a really deep team. Do y'all feel the same? Like, y'all feel like there's a robust amount of talent that, I don't know, maybe I'm missing?
My short answer would be, I feel like they got a lot of bodies, but I think it gets to a point where it's redundant because it's like the two things that you desperately need from the front court is rebounding and rim defense. You address some of that with bringing in Kevon Looney, but you still need shooting in the backcourt, and you still need a full-time backup point guard. So I don't know if they addressed that necessarily personally. Well, I do know. I don't think they addressed it. We'll just have to see what happens with Fears.
Chris, you feel like this team got a lot of depth, talent wise?
I'll say this: I can see how a national media member that cares and that and that just looking at a piece of paper would say that they do, because Chaz mentioned that he doesn't feel like they have a full backup point guard or full-time backup point guard. Well, there's Jose Alvarado's right there. It's hard for me to think that Mark Spears wouldn't view him as a full-time backup point guard. I mean, hell, I think Jose's a full-time backup point guard. I don't know exactly how good he is long-term in this setup, depending on how much you play him and who you play him with in this regime. But I think he's a full-time backup point guard. So it really depends on how you view it. Could work. But I said this on a couple shows ago. There's so many different players that are going to be playing vital roles for this team. I don't know. If you simply want to go by talent, it could be one of the more talented teams that we've seen from start to finish in a very long time. And if you attribute that to being depth, cool. But sometimes depth is triggered by how well you play together and the chemistry levels. You know what I'm saying? It's not just simply like this dude is a, former lottery picker. This guy is this. I mean, but if you view it like that and you say, hey, a former lottery pick, Jordan Hawkins is an afterthought now, versus last year we were saying, hey, he needs to come in and have, be very important. He needs to come in and be a six man. Maybe you'll look at it differently.
Chris brings up a good point, but Lito, like, to your question, and I think someone said in the chat and brought up a good point. When healthy, I think they have depth. The problem is that they're not healthy, and so these guys get thrown into the starting lineup. Like Jose Alvarado is not a starting point guard. Like Jordan Hawkins is not a starting shooting guard. Like I would just like for them to see just for a 50, 60 game stretch of players playing their actual role in what they were drafted for and signed for or traded for. And we haven't seen that in years, if you really think about it. Everybody's been playing out of position.
No disrespect to whoever said that comment. I fucking hate when they're healthy.
You hate when they're healthy? You don't like when
I hate the phrase.
Oh.
When have they been healthy?
Well, no team is fully healthy. This team has been decimated by injuries.
Agreed. But this team seems like it's a little bit foundationally, it's a little bit worse off than everywhere else. I don't know.
Oh, that's fair. Hey, you can have your own opinion. You're allowed to have that.
I appreciate that.
No problem, man. Shout out #analysis. Shout out my guy.
We want to build our team. We don't want to have to depend on just one person or just two people. We want to walk out there every night and send 10, 12 people out there every night and know that it could be either one of you guys night to night. Like it's not written in stone. It has to be one person. It can be.
Hold on a second.
He right though, Lito. He's right. But before you get mad at him, you gotta remember as a player what this man was, and even in his best years as an executive, this is how they won. Seriously.
Okay. That's fair. All right. I'm sorry, Joe. I was about to react. That's me.
Anybody's night on a given night.
Talk about maybe Jordan. I know you talked about Herb and Trey coming off the injuries, but Jordan coming here, I know Troy had familiarity with him. Was that somebody that you targeted from when you got here, or did that just happen and then you had an opportunity to say we want him?
So that's where someone like Troy becomes extremely important. So when he got here, he said, what do you think about Jordan Poole? I said, I'm not really sure. What do you think? And he said, I just had him in Washington. And I said, okay, what do you think? And he said, he's your...
That ain't what he said. That ain't what he said.
Wait, you gotta let it play for a little bit longer. Lito, let it play for a little bit longer.
I'm not really sure.
Kind of guy. He said he absolutely is obsessed with basketball. He's absolutely obsessed with it. He loves the game, and he's in the gym nonstop. So that's how the initial conversation started. Now, it took weeks before we could consummate the trade, but it started with just that conversation with someone who was familiar with him, who had just spent a year with him. And one of the things we kept saying, we feel really good about that.
Oh,
wow.
Looking forward to with him. And one of the things we kept saying to me was, Joe, he's in alignment with the age of this group here.
First off, very impressive the fact that you rewinded back to a minute 30.
Hey, bro.
Spot. You're a professional. Yeah. Chaz, go ahead. I don't know if you want.
I think
the DMV thing is really real.
Look, man. We can just go on. It's all right. We can go on.
No, he lied, dog.
No, I just feel like Joe lacks some communication skills when it comes to navigating some of these topics and subjects. So he just go with like the quickest lie he can come up with, and it's like that's not really like a great lie, Joe. Like I don't know, who? I'm not really
sure.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. Is that?
Yeah, who the fuck is that? Jordan Poole? Like what? Like it's like, come on, Joe. Like you ain't have to do that.
I mean, here, but Chad. I mean, now more than likely, he means or he meant. I don't know about how he fits, so I don't know about trading. Right. Maybe. But regardless what he meant, the fact that he said I don't know, it's really like that. Really means that what he actually said was or
that guy's a fucking joke. That's what he probably said.
What? We got all these issues with maturity. You want to bring Jordan Poole here? What do you know that I don't know? That was really said. But I get it. He can't say that he said that. Or he can't give his actual, his actual quote. But I'm not sure. Joe, we gonna work on it. We professionals, we used to dealing with these kind of situations and saying, like we know we can help you, Joe. We can help you. Lito, what should he had said in the moment if he wasn't a fan or he wasn't in love with the idea of getting Jordan Poole with Troy Weaver said something to him?
What I think his honest reaction was, or like what I think.
No. What should he had said just now in the press conference when he was asked about his honest reaction at the time?
He should have said something like, what you think about Jordan Poole? Like he should have said something like, man, I'm not really familiar with his game. Like, can you put me on? Like, can you show me some highlights? Like, what is he good? Like he could have worded it in a way where he was like Troy talked him into his game instead of him being like, I'm not really sure. Because this is the thing. I understand what he means when he says that. I get it. But you also was in the league office. So it's not like you're not aware of who this man is and what he did in this game. Like, and he an NBA champion at that. To be honest, you probably wouldn't know Jordan Poole before you know a Trey Murphy.
I think the safest thing he could have said, I agree with Lito. If he wanted to just sum it up, he'd say, how would that look?
Right.
Or, I'm listening.
like intrigued. Like,
yeah, I'm listening. Tell me more. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, look, he hasn't done this in years, so I got
you, Joe.
Yeah, it's all right, Joe.
Yeah. We got you.
Shout out, Joe.
Hold up. We got it. Hold on. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Jordan Poole?
He lied. What? Y'all niggas worship him.
Damn, my lifetime, nigga.
All right, well,
Lito's having way too much fun.
Kept saying to me was, Joe,
wait to
he's in alignment with the age of this group here, with Herb and Trey and Zion.
Time out real quick.
These guys are all 25 or 26 years old.
Quick pause. He's saying way too much because basically what he's saying is that Troy Weaver had to talk him into it. Like, no, it's gonna work because he's the same age. They like all the same bitches, and it's gonna work. Just hear me out. That's what he's saying. Troy was like, no, hear me out. I get it. But go ahead, my bad.
Nah, but listen,
which he can't. Unfortunately, he can't walk everybody through the fact that they had that conversation. But
right,
Joe, going forward, I would much rather you tell me that. But the problem is that more than likely, being in a political role, when Joe called Jordan Poole, he ain't tell him like, look, man, we taking a chance here.
Right.
I'm not really sure about you. He's like, you want to be here? Listen, you were the first person on my list to call. I called you before I called CJ. So he can't come back and be like, it's a wicked game to play, dog. It's a tough dance, Justin.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Chaz.
Because what are you gonna say? We'll see. Like, he can't say that. So, but go ahead, Lito.
I don't know. Listen, and again, this is my first time hearing this. He didn't effectively communicate very well throughout the beginning of that process. So I don't know if I could be adding words here that he didn't say. I feel like he's saying maybe he got talked into the idea of Jordan Poole, but it kind of seems like he's saying he views him as a core part of the foundation of the team. That's what I got from that.
That's what he's supposed to say.
Yeah.
Is he though? You supposed to say somebody.
Well, look, it depends on what
you just said. I don't know. I don't have an opinion of him. That's really where it's really where we started with this.
Oh man! Shout out to Keith Poole for those that know.
They know each other. They can grow together for the next 5 years. And so that's how the conversation started. And then it just, after a while, then the phone calls back and forth, the amount of time it takes sometimes to actually get a trade done. That was the process.
Have you been able to tell how obsessed he is?
Yeah, he's obsessed. Yeah, he's obsessed with the game. He's nonstop. But quite frankly, I can say that we have several guys like that. Fears is like that. We had to stop him from coming into the gym for a while because his legs were just getting so sore and heavy. Like, I know you're 18, but man, you got to rest, man. You got to rest at night sometimes. He's working out super hard in the morning, and then he's coming back at night. And
No, that was the clip I was alluding to Chaz earlier when he was like, "You got to rest. you got to get your sleep."
You know what? You know what, Dejounte? No training, no table time for you this week.
Oh boy. Oh man.
I'm just scared. I'm not saying Joe lying, but we just need a new book of like NBA lies. Because it's always the same. It's always like, he was coming to the gym so much, his car stopped working. Yeah, we had to lock him out of the gym. We had to lock him. We had
to put a padlock on there. Like, we had to change the codes. It's like, all right, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it's his start.
Just let the man hoop. Like,
we need a new list of lies. But shout out to Joe for trying to do his thing.
We have at least half dozen, 6, 7, 8 guys that have been doing that every day for the last month. They come in the morning, they back at night.
They're professional basketball players. Professional basketball, like they should be going in the gym and working out. Like, I don't understand why this is like such. Like, I'm glad that the professional basketball players are taking time to practice basketball and make sure that they are working out together and they're lifting and getting their medical treatment. Like, this to me isn't like, I'm like, this is what they should be doing.
Hey, here you go. If it's somebody he's supposed to lie about, JD right. If it's somebody he's supposed to lie about, look, man, we had to drag Zion off the floor. It took a few of us, but we got him off the floor. He broke the UNO is under construction. That's how much Zion had been working. If you gonna lie, Now I'm just saying, y'all, if he gonna lie, that's the person you lie about, and you go all the way exaggeration. You go all the way forward with it.
Yeah.
You know what this video telling me so far? Joe Dumars is already exhausted. He's already exhausted by it. He's already exhausted by the entire process, and that's why I think the age factor is it is a thing. Like you're sitting down, breathing hard. It's just wait, the season ain't even started yet.
Master P.
Yeah. Master P had to.
Oh my God.
this
Jesus.
Master P had a tank in the middle of the floor. Zion ran through it. Zion ran right through the tank.
In this heat?
Come on, dog. Come on. Hey, look. Hey, Joe, we here for you, dog. We can write the scripts.
Oh my God, bro.
Listen. Got somebody right under me that write the wrote movies. Got somebody up there at the top of the screen there that write music. Yeah, I mean, we got you, brother. All right, go ahead.
Hey, y'all, crazy. Y'all see how Joe ain't out of breath no more though? Like he got in game talking shape, bro. Like that shit.
Got his gear.
Yeah,
that polo is wild. It really is.
You quarter zip, Justin.
And Poole is one of those guys since he's been here who does that.
There's been a lot of things said about this team this summer, a lot of it unflattering, but through your eyes, what are your realistic expectations for a team? Like, what would entail a good season?
I told you I had a meeting with the coaches at 9:00 this morning. I said to them, like, look, let me set the expectations for you guys right now so there's no misunderstanding. I said, there's no amount of wins. There's no, you got to make the play in, you got to make the play. None of that. I said, what I expect from us is to be like a high competing team every night. And I said, guys, let me tell you specifically why I say that. If you have a really deep team, if you have 10, 11 guys that you can go to, and they all play hard every night because we're so deep, I said, the wins will take care of themselves. I don't know what that'll be, but if we play as hard as we can play every night, we're going to get enough wins where we're going to be happy. So I'm not going to put a number on you because I don't know what that is, but I expect our team to play hard every night. I expect no less, and I will accept no less from that. And so that's exactly what I just said to the coaches at 9:00 this morning. I said, so if you coaches are wondering, what do I expect? I just told you. Like, hey, I don't.
Hey, hold on one second. I just want to give myself some professional gratitude. I had a question on the show yesterday that I asked: should Joe Dumars use media data to reset expectations for the franchise or keep it low key? Bro, I feel like that was the smartest way to play it. That was the smartest way to play it, for real. Because you got the fanfare of the rookies, you got the fanfare of getting Jordan Poole. We hear all this shit about Zion. But I think if you maintain expectations, right, you keep expectations at a minimum, you under promise and over deliver in a real world type, view of the team, that will go a long way with the fans.
That, to me, this is why I say Joe Dumars isn't much different from David Griffin. It's just with David Griffin, the message got stale and got old. Because he really didn't say shit, right? Like Leo was saying, he kind of was like, we want to play hard. How many times have David Griffin and other like terrible teams said, oh, we want to be a team where, you played the Pelicans, we want guys to, feel our force every time they come into the arena, and it's just like, it's like, look, man, all these clicheisms and like set some real expectations. Like for us, I told him like, we don't want to have another season where we're at home during the postseason wondering what if. This is, we want to be serious and compete for a postseason split. Like that's not, to me, that's not even a lofty expectation because the expectation is already placed on yourself because you traded the pick. So expectation kind of goes without saying, but it's not bad for you to say it, Joe. It's just that to me, that's why it seemed like he don't really want to be here. Like he had sleep. Probably just ate. Like it is real. Like, come on, man. Yeah, like stop being scary. Like if you set a real expectation, put it out there, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's let's get it. Let's get the cooking around here. I'm with it.
So technically, you saying no expectation is been set.
Yeah, I think he gave himself a way to say, yeah, this year was really about development. Got to see a lot of our young guys. Our team fucking 3 and 79. Yeah, we got to see our young guys play and got to see build some chemistry. And I'm like, nah, look, I don't. All that's cool, brother. Y'all need to win some games. Let
me ask this, because Chaz, you pointed out something that I missed in the beginning of the conference about him saying we had to clean some stuff up.
Yeah. And
then we know what that he took away, the joy, love, compassion, Jesus, like everything that was on the wall and lettering. He took that down. He fired pretty much everybody that was
right.
Yeah, everyone but the coaching staff was gone. And there was some subs. He threw in a couple jabs over his however many press conferences he's had there. Do you think that like that was ultimately the goal, like, versus I'm trying to help this team get into, like, this year I'm trying to help them win and compete and not repeat? Or is it more so this shit was fucked up, I'm the person to clean it up and fix it, and then we'll figure out where we go from there?
No, because I feel like you can't have it both ways, right? If you knew you was going to be on cleanup duty, then you shouldn't have traded this upcoming year's pick, because you didn't give yourself an out in the event that things went bad. Because if things went bad, okay, let's just say it wasn't your fault. Let's say you inherited a bad situation. Everyone would understand that. But the fact that you were so indignant about trading that pick, like you was like, oh, we absolutely meant to do this. We was gonna get our guy. You telling me you expect to be good. So say it to me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just reaffirm it. Like, I would just prefer him say, well, look, obviously, we're gonna have a lot of eyes on us this season because of the way the draft shaped out, and we're ready to meet those expectations. We're ready to return to winning basketball and get to the postseason and give the fans what they deserve. Easy. Easy.
Sound like he don't like. It sound like to me he don't like his coach.
Hey, I can believe that as well. I can believe that as well.
Sound like to me he don't believe he doesn't believe in his head coach, because he said glowing things about, and it's just an opinion, but he's saying glowing things once again in his mirage of press conferences. I can't point to you a bunch of positive things or glowing things or him being excited about,
right,
Willie Green. I've heard him say things about what he's trying to help Willie do in the staff, but I ain't heard him say, I'm excited what Willie Green can do. I'm excited about what I've given him to work with. I've seen what he can do when things are right. And if I want to stand on a table and give exclamatory or if I want to go ahead and beat my chest, I gotta be confident that the person that I've given the tools that I put together actually knows what they're doing.
Right.
And if it's a situation where it was like, we can't fire Willie Green this year, and this is what I'm forced to be with, that might be part of it.
That could be.
I don't want to see a team that plays half speed. We should never sit here, accept, and watch a team that doesn't go all out. That's exactly what I expect from this team this year.
When you have the opportunity, you mentioned talking about greatness, the pursuit of it. I guess
they still haven't figured out this audio.
You don't
it's
always
fucking
have
terrible.
Roster that you can talk to about that. When you do, how specific is your prescription for pursuing greatness? Like, in terms of the examples you give, what you want to see, or is it more like you just lay it out conceptually and let them try to find their own way there?
I do lay it out conceptually, but there are a few specific examples I'll give, such as I've said to him, I said, look, when things go well, team is playing great, you're playing great, you're going to get the bulk of, the compliments and the credit. But when things are not going well, you should be the first one to step to the media after the games and speak for the team. You should always step into that responsibility, and that goes back.
I like this. I like that.
The irony of this whole.
I like that.
Just the irony.
Too late.
The bots, but like the irony of just that. Clip that up, bots, and then just show it. Go ahead. I like that. Accountability.
Yeah, you're too late, though.
Back to accountability and responsibility. You can't just be the person when things are going well. You have to be the person when things don't go well. When things slide, you lose 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row. Yeah, you have to step to the mic and face the media and face the questions. Be respectful, answer them honestly. But that's what accountability and responsibility looks like.
Going back to the expectations question, when you make a trade like you guys did on draft night, do you think that kind of sends the message we expect to be a playoff team when you give away your first round pick the following season?
No, I'm just trying to build a deep team. Like I just said, I've not put that expectation on anyone. I expect us to be competitive every night. Before you can get to playoffs, before you can get to an amount of wins, the first thing you have to establish is, man, we compete hard every single night. Before you can start talking about numbers,
can we pause it, please? See, this the motherfucking problem here. Now I know a lot of this is like, it's whatever, like it's table talk, whatever. Like you're not gonna reveal your hand and put all this pressure on the organization and yourself because you're the one ultimately made the trade. But that's a clear signal. You don't trade an unprotected first round pick, period, without it being a clear signal that you anticipate being being good this year, being a playoff team. So I'm like, we're like, again, for all the crap people give David Griffin about being a liar, this is a lie. This is a lie. And I think it's an insult to people's intelligence. I feel like I love the question, the follow-up, because he thought he got by. They're like, oh, watch out, little bitch. Hold on, come here real quick. So I think him avoiding the question kind of raises some alarms to me, because that means you've already in your mind ruled in that you will allow yourself to fail. Whereas he don't seem, I mean, I know he's a classy guy. He's not like a rah-rah type guy, but it don't seem like failure isn't an option here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing that type of energy. But again, he's a classy guy. Maybe he's a hell of a poker player and not really showing his hand. But I feel like this answer was a lie.
So when I first initially watched it early on today, I actually liked the answer, but listening to Chaz's explanation, everything like that, and like what we've been talking about, I completely agree. Like I thought, like, okay, building, hey, like let's compete early on. Let's, we're gonna be a tough team, but like at the end of the day, you did trade your first round. Like you traded a first rounder unprotected. Like you gotta win. Like if you didn't trade that, I could accept the answer now. But you signaling this, you doing this, like you better make the playoffs. Like you got no choice.
I'm forced to keep a coach for another year that I don't think is good. So talk to me if I could have done everything that I would have liked to do, I can actually do, and then I'll give you expectations because it's mine. I can't give you expectations on a coach that I think is a C or a C minus, because if it fails because he mismanaged it, that ain't on me. Right. You ain't gonna throw me in the, if we lose games because he decided that it was gonna fall apart and it was not my decision to keep him, or I don't love him as a head coach, then you ain't gonna run this back again. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Chaz, because it's clear as day. He made that trade in mind with thinking this should be a team that can be that should be in the playoffs and be contending with what we already have. But I could also see him being like, yo, I don't like the fucking coach. I don't think the coach is good. So how can I be all in and tell y'all that we gonna do all this when the motherfucker that's deciding was a big part of how each game is going is running the show?
I feel like, because I'm sure we've all done this in our youth, right? It was like, I'm gonna go I don't gotta ride back. but I'm gonna go. I'll find a ride back.
I'll figure it out. I will.
Yeah.
I need to just get there and I'll figure it out.
So really, what he's saying is, I get somebody to drop me off.
Somebody gonna bring me back.
Because to Chris's point, you're 100% right. Because we've heard that he's been forced to keep William. And is it fair to him? Absolutely not. Now, one can say how he got this job ain't fair neither. It's dirty game, dirty world. But at the same time, it's like you knew William was here. You didn't have to go and make that trade, right? Like even though William was here, you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you did it.
But Chaz, before that, he'd have to make that Pacers trade then and there. He could have waited.
Well, you didn't have to do that neither. So you telling me, like, what you're signaling to me is that you anticipate being good, irregardless if William is here, if he isn't, right? But I do understand that it's like he got a built-in scapegoat. I'll say that. He got a built-in scapegoat, but he has so much, I don't know what he ever did to anyone, but he got so much bad press around the league that they're going to just say Willie is a good man in a bad situation, and Joe Dumars is the real culprit because he traded that pick. So it's fucked up. But I believe in this team. Go ahead. I believe.
If you don't establish that in your building first, you're just talking. You're just talking. You're just giving quotes out at that point. So for me, it's a process of establishing a hard, competitive playing team every night. And then we'll get to the wins and losses. That would be if we made a trade or didn't make a trade. I'd be saying the same thing here. So the trade is inconsequential to the belief of what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying?
Time up.
So I'm not, it wasn't like, okay.
No, brother. It don't work like that. Like, people think money changed me. I'd be the same person if I didn't have all this money. I'm me. No, motherfucker. You made the trade that totally rearranged the circumstances for this season. You gotta win. All that shit for us. The idea is still the idea. It's like, yeah, that's true. But the stakes are a lot higher. So let's just don't insult my intelligence, because that is grift talk. When you start talking about the idea and the metaphysical and all this shit, like, no, brother. Look, we need wins. Yes, there's a finite number of wins available, and you got to catch all them bitches like Pokemon. You need to get as many as you can get, because you talk about, it don't really matter. You're like, yes, it does. Because if you traded a number one pick for Derik Queen, you're going to be at the stake. You're going to be burned at the stake. So, yes, we can we skip this part? Because this guy, now I'm turning to get you. Now I'm turning to get you.
That's short-sighted to me. You got to build something deeper than that.
Jesus Christ.
Short-sighted.
Yes, but obviously he can't go yet. But he will be paired with Dejounte and with Poole as well. We'll have him with both of those guys.
And how important is training camp in the early season for Fears with the opportunity he's going to have with Dejounte not being there, and how can Dejounte kind of mentor him through that?
Yeah. So the conversation with Fears has been, look, you'll determine how your rookie year goes. I won't. The coach won't. You will.
Disagree.
You'll have every opportunity to establish yourself and show what you can do.
Okay. I feel like this is a talking point. We've seen Bill. We've seen Bill with rookies. He just said the coach won't. I won't. How is Fear supposed to? How is he supposed to carve a lane for himself? Obviously, Dejounte is hurt, but we know Willie's affinity for Jose. Like, Poole is, gonna have to be in the starting lineup. How is Fear supposed to carve out a role for himself in his rookie year I kind of want to hear the rest of what he was saying, but I just kind of felt like when he said that it was on Fears and not Willie. I don't know.
Kind of feel like we building a car as we're driving. and that's the tough part about not having like the coach you want in place or like the totality of the foundation you want in place, because now everything's a question. Like, oh, we'll see. Hopefully he can work his way into that, or everyone's gonna have the opportunity. It's no like real solid answers. But Joe just got here. He inherited a bad situation, so I understand.
Early on, and you'll show that you're either ready for it or you're not. And so I can't do that for you. Coach can't do that for you. There's only one person. You step on the court and you show it. And if you're ready, we're going to roll with you. If you're not, we're going to bring you along at your pace, the pace that you need. And I think that's the fair way with every player. When a player comes into training camp, when you're a player and you come into training camp, that's really all you want to hear. Like, I just want to know I have a fair shot to compete. And so that's what we do here with everybody. Like, you can't take that away from a player when he's coming into training camp, where he doesn't feel like whatever he does, it doesn't matter. Like,
so you said fair shot, right?
I love that.
I personally love that. So if you're telling me if Fears is better, is outplaying Jose or whatever in training camp, that means that Fears better get that spot.
Stop it.
Fears better. If PV's outplaying Hawkins, PV better get that spot.
Stop.
If you're telling me, Joe, like if that's what Joe is telling me, there's no doubt in my mind that he will just push Willie to the side and just be like, no, this is how we're going to do it. Stop. Because it's very clear that Joe's watching every single day. So he's going to have an opinion on who's playing better than who.
Joe has said that I do not get into the rotation argument with my coaches. He has said that in the past.
He said that a whole different situation.
He said that when he got here, day one, he said that.
But see, ain't it the difference though, Lito, between getting in the rotation? Because when I think of rotation, I think of that means minutes distribution and so on and so forth. More time, more than anything else. Don't you think it's the difference between getting into the details of how games are being played versus this guy needs to play? Well, no, that was for Lito.
Say it again one more time.
Don't you do you think it's a difference between getting into the details of how many minutes guys are playing versus the executive vice president of basketball operations saying this guy needs to or better play? Because it's no different than what Griff was doing with Willie year rookie year with Hawkins, remember?
Right. I see what you're saying, and I do see the difference. I just feel like if Willie couldn't find a way to play a young Trey Murphy,
Tony Snell,
you found a way to play Tony Snell, and then you found a way to play what's my man
Josh Richardson.
Josh Richardson. In my opinion, that's what you call a pattern, an affinity for veterans. I don't understand where Fears, whether he's good or bro, you seen what Jordan Hawkins was going crazy at one point, and what Willie say? Yeah, he's making it difficult for me. He doesn't want to play him.
He ain't got the job security that he had a year ago, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. Brother, pretty much on an expiring deal. We gonna see if things change or not. Like I mean, Justin, is there a such thing as a desperate coach?
You'll see one this year.
Yo, y'all think we owe Willie an apology?
No.
Because when he said, well, you know what? I'm gonna take it. I never apologize for anything I say, but and I'm not gonna start now. Because it was true when I said it. But Willie Green saying that Jordan Hawkins was making it difficult to play him, he was right. because he see Jordan Hawkins every day. He was like, you don't see this guy in practice. He fucking stinks. But so we might have misinterpreted what he was saying. We thought damn Will. But go ahead.
Chris, I think you're going to see you just don't desperate coach this year. You're going to see him desperately coach this year. And what I mean by that is the problem is that he's been desperately coaching for the last couple of years.
Okay.
Because he only plays with people he's comfortable playing, and that's a problem as a coach. You cannot, that is literally like a death sentence for a coach to not want to adjust and give other players a chance. And that's why when Joe said everyone's gonna have a fair chance at camp, well, it better be a fair shot, because as a player, if you know going in I don't have a fair shot, I couldn't imagine Trey Murphy's first 2 years under Willie Green. I'm sure he was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
So
I want to do that, and so with Fears, that's exactly what we've done. You'll dictate what happens here with you.
Have that conversation with him. How much do you like his grit of not wanting to be out the gym, but you having to force him to stay out?
Yeah, I love that. Obviously, listen. To do this at the highest levels, it really takes that. You have to be obsessed with this. If you're really trying to win, you know what I'm saying. If you're trying to win rings, win these trophies, if you're trying to be a contender, you have to be obsessed with this. And if you're not, then you can be good. You can be a play-in team or a playoff team or whatever. But if you really trying to be a contender, one of the best teams, and you're trying to build something, you have to have people who are obsessed with this. There's not a winning team anywhere in this league right now. No championship teams you can look at that you can't point to somebody or a group of people who are obsessed with this. And yeah, I love that about Fears. I love that about Poole. I love that about a lot of the guys over there right now.
I would have loved.
See who we didn't say.
Yeah, what I really would have loved is someone asking him, "Are you obsessed, or do you believe that it's the front office obsessed with winning, or the coaching staff? Are you guys feeding or living by that same mantra?" Because Joe Dumars, looks can be deceiving because he's a very humble guy, classy guy, but this man was a monster on the court. So, he's speaking from experience, and he played with them dogs. He played with them dogs when they had he played with them dogs when they had other dogs out. Larry Bird, Magic, you know what I'm saying? Jordan, 80s Jordan. So I respect his gangster all the way. I want him to have some accountability. I want them to put the pressure on themselves as well. So that's something that I'm trying to trap him in that, so I can hold his words again. Nah, you said we was gonna win. Let's win. I can't get him. You know what I'm saying? He's slick. Here we go.
It's a marathon and things evolve over the months. Do you break it down in 10-game groupings, or I'm just curious as to how you look at each?
I never did that. I've never done that. I really haven't. I've not broken it down into.
Can you stop? I personally think this is a shot at Willie Green, because Willie Green's biggest thing is we look at our season in 10-game, increments and everything like that, and you're gonna see Joe be like, go ask any player. They don't fucking think about the game in 3 weeks from now. They think about the next game. But I think this is an actual shot at Willie Green.
10-game blocks or something like that. I just haven't. I think that to get through a season, it's cliche, but man, you really just have to look at the next game. Let's say you play tonight. You have an awful game tonight, and we have to play tomorrow night. I promise you're not thinking about that 10-game block. As a player, the only thing you're thinking about is, I cannot wait to get back on the floor tomorrow night to get this bad taste out of my mouth. And so the season is too long to start thinking way ahead. And so it forces you, because we play so many games, football, they got 1 game a week. So
it's almost like the difference between a Hall of Fame player and a role player. Right. And an 8th to 9th man. that you might be thinking 10 games from now, but motherfucker, I was a superstar. I didn't have a choice but to think about the next night.
Right.
You know.
That's a good point.
That probably ain't what he, but that's what I'm thinking about. See, this is why they don't like us.
That
But
kind of felt
that's
like
why
a shot. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
You can think ahead to that, but in basketball, man, it's too many games that are coming too fast for you to start thinking, well, 3 weeks from now we have this. I got to get back on the horse tomorrow night and have a great game tomorrow night. And so you're always thinking about the next game.
What do you think this group, or what this trip to Australia is going to do for this group? Can this serve maybe as a springboard into the season?
Wow.
Usually trips like this are great for bonding. It's a new group now here, and a lot of new faces in here now. So it'll probably be really good for that in terms of the first trip out is 20 hours. It's a long time to bond, but I do think it'll be really good for that, just for the bonding part of it, because there are so many new guys on the team and new front office and all. I think it'll really be good for that.
Trey, we saw him take on a bigger usage role in the offense last season with Trey. What do you think people should kind of expect from him this year, kind of stepping into a role where he knows who he's going to be for his team, he knows how much you guys, kind of believe in him and want him to kind of step into a bigger role? What do you think people see?
Same thing that I said to the young lady about fears. Players dictate who they're going to be on the court. Players dictate who they're going to be. When you're a player and you step out there on the court, you dictate who you're going to be. Had some great conversations with Trey. Love his talent. Love his ability. He's got even more steps to greatness that he's trying to take, and I really like that about him. He really wants to be great. I absolutely love that about Trey Murphy. But every season is a new season, and like the next step he'll have to take, he knows we are 100% behind him, 100% support him, thinks he's a really, really good young player, but he wants more. Like he has talked to me, sat in my office and said, man, I want to be great. I want this. And so that's how it works.
Man, I love this answer. And you're hearing it from greatness. You know what I'm saying? You're hearing it from greatness, so I'm sure it goes a long way with the players who actually have those aspirations. But that's why, like earlier in like a few weeks ago, I was just like, man, I don't care about the staff's perceived shortcomings. I don't care about none of that. If you're one of them guys and you have the talent to be one of those guys, and I wholeheartedly believe Trey and Zion got the talent, then man, you got to show up. Like even if you scoring 40 points in losses and every game is an ugly 2-point win, but you showing up, you like, man, we got to find a way to get easier buckets. Cool, but you got to show up. You know what I'm saying? You got to show up with talking shit come with consequences. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to show up, and I believe that Joe Dumars is a guy who can help steer those gentlemen in the right direction.
Like he has the support from us. It's a new season. Let's get out there and let's get it. And I've said that to him. Got to go get it. Like no one's going to come and hand you greatness. No one's going to come and hand you all the things that you want. In this business, you got to go get it. And I think he will. Because he's another one. Extremely hard worker, man. He puts in a lot of work.
What have you kind of seen from Willie and his time being around, and like what do you kind of like about him?
Yeah, that he engages just with me. Like he's not. Willie is sitting right next to me most days, watching everything that's going on, and we are constantly talking. I'm telling you, every day he's in my office, every single day, and we're sitting there talking about the team and different combinations, who can do what, the depth we have, the style of play. Like we've had great conversations. We
pause it.
We
pause
talked about the Lions and the.
What the fuck is going on now? What are we talking about? What Lions?
Talk
we
about
talk
the Lions.
Talk
the
about
Detroit
Lions.
Detroit Lions. Yes,
yeah.
This is where it gets really bad. This is where it gets really bad.
Tell me where this sounds like somebody that believes and loves his basketball coach. That sounds like somebody talking about a child or a bad employee that needs to get better. That don't sound like somebody. Yeah. He's with me every day. I'm helping him every single day. I'm helping him get better every day. But it's not like, come on, man. We know where this is going and how this ends. If I didn't learn anything,
this is where it gets
it gets worse.
Here, go ahead, just go ahead.
Saints and Troy Weaver's Washington Commanders. We talk football every day. But yeah, we have a really good relationship in that way that we can discuss anything. I'm telling you, that is really the key with front office and coaches, the communication back and forth.
When you played, obviously, there's a perception that guys played hurt a lot more then than they do now, and I'm wondering, first of all, if you think that's true, and second, so much has changed in sports science, and I think a lot of the concerns that the fan base has had with this team over the last few years is how many missed games there have been to injury.
Sure.
Do you feel like you've tweaked the approach on that, or how do you get guys to push themselves without making dumb decisions about hurting themselves worse?
Yeah. So the first thing is let me tell you what hasn't changed is that you really don't want to put guys in jeopardy on the court. You really don't. That's the toughest thing to do, because if you go out there and you're not ready to be out there, you can easily get embarrassed in this league. That has always been the case. So you want to be able to compete when you go out on the court. Just in terms of our approach, I've spent a lot of time with the medical here, to dive into that, to what's our process and all. And so I don't want to sit here and divulge everything that we've talked about medically, but we've gone over the process of how we get guys back on the court, how we treat injuries. Everything we do, we've gone through with a fine-tooth comb the entire summer. And so I do think that, what we'll try to do is get guys back on the court as quick as we can. But, man, I don't want to put guys out there who aren't ready to be out there. They're not going to help us. If they're not at their best to be out there, it's hard for them to help us. And so just know that we've gone over everything here. I mean, the whole summer. We've spent a lot of time on the medical this summer.
Considering the team's history, do you feel like there's more that needs to be done to make sure guys are staying on the
Well, first of all, you got to know what the process has been in the past. And so that's what I've done a lot. And we've tweaked some things about how we're going to do things. The medical, you got to be careful here. I can't divulge too much about the medical, but I'm just saying we've tweaked some things that may have been done in the past. But the main thing is that, okay, what's the process? And we've gone over every single guy, every single injury, and what was the process of every single one of these. And some guys have had multiple injuries. So we've gone over all of those, and we've sat and exhaustively, we've gone through everything. But I think it's important, to get everything right. And so that's been a big process this summer.
Do you think that your experience having played helps? Does that, I don't know if you even want to go there, but does that allow you to talk to players individually about how you would like them to evaluate when they're ready to get back on the court? Because maybe sometimes they're just very apprehensive.
I'm listening.
That was a very odd question. I'm gonna just
the last two questions.
Yeah, it was very odd.
I don't know if you want to talk about it.
I go ahead, Chris. You had something? No.
Can
we stop it? Can we stop it here? Stop it here.
Again, I really wanted to get to the football thing, but go ahead, Chaz. Because go like a 5-minute tangent about football.
Yeah, it's starting to get into the Sundowners realm, and it's let's to put a bow on it. It's a cool press conference, but I just think again we won't know until we see some action, and I would really like to see Troy Weaver out here. Truth, moving forward, I want to see more Troy Weaver.
Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm tired. I don't want people just hiding in the shadows no more. You don't know exactly what a motherfucking do. Let's get a clear hierarchy here in the front office and with the roster. I love what he said about Trey Murphy. I thought that was very telling. And yeah, man, I feel positive moving forward. Truthfully.
We'll see. I need action.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
I mean, tomorrow I'm interested to see, Chaz. I actually am interested to see what if. I mean, shit, we don't know if Troy Weaver's even speaking tomorrow. Let me ask you this, Chaz. If Troy Weaver doesn't speak tomorrow, what does that signal to you?
Well, not that I think Troy Weaver is like
The end all be all.
Yeah, like a wordsmith, but communicative savant. It's just the fact that I need to know that you know that this is your job, and I need to know that y'all ain't just in cahoots signing people from the DMV. Shout out to the DMV, no disrespect, but I just need to know that's not where the evaluation stops. Like, where you from? Virginia? Call them. That's not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen. But I also want to give somebody else an opportunity, be it Willie or Troy, and opportunity, or the players an opportunity to put some added pressure on themselves to go out there and have an incredible season. Because I think these guys are capable of having a good season. But with some people, if you give them an out, like, oh, there's no expectations this year, they're gonna say, well, fuck it, I can show up to work when I want to. Like, no, let's set some boundaries. Let's set some expectations. Something I can hold you to.
Real.
That's fair.
I'll say the last 15 minutes of this has been very
the questions have been just besides
weird.
Will's. Like, just the question got weird. I'm not lying to you. If you press play, Lito, we can like even talk over it. Because like Chaz is right, like there's nothing after this, but like they literally start talking football and like buying hats for each other and shit.
What? I think like each guy's different. You know what I mean? Like each guy's different. Like some guys can be 75 and go, I'm ready. I can do this at 75. And some guys got to be 95. And so that's a personal thing. And the guy who's 75, if he can go and he shows that he can go, then you let him. The guy who's got to be 95, if he's not ready until he gets there, even if he gets out there, somehow someone's coerced him to get out there, he's not going to be at his best because mentally he's not ready to be out there. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to treat each one of those situations separately with guys in terms of injuries, and make sure that they're not only physically but mentally ready to be back on the court. It's like you got to be mentally ready when you step out there. Like you have to be mentally ready when you step out there. If you're not, it's just not going to go well.
It sounds like he's in lockstep with the physical therapy team.
About a player, a process, anything.
I don't know if there's another setup like this on a campus like this.
This is it.
So we're some big NFL fans on the other side. And everybody has their team. And I made a list of everybody in the office. I had one of the young guys, one of the interns, make a list of everybody and who their team is. And I said, you have to state your team if you're in this building. So you guys come over to the office. If you walk by people's office, you're going to see the hats. I bought hats for everybody. And so I have a Saints hat in mind. And Troy has a Commander hat. There's all kinds of hats in there with guys with teams. So biggest surprise for me is being on the campus and being connected to an NFL team like this, because we all are like huge NFL fans over here. So I don't know do you know if there's any other? I don't think there's another setup like this where you're connected. And I run into Mickey. I run into some of the Saints players, at the cafeteria and stuff. So I just think it's an incredible setup, so unique, different than anywhere else. The setup that we have here. I don't know if they know or not. I don't say a word to it. I don't know. Listen, you would be surprised at the stuff that an 18-year-old like fears, and even Queen, the stuff that they don't know. Like it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I told them TV used to cut off at night, and they looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what do you mean? I was like, TV used to go off at night. It's like,
what the fuck is going on right now?
This is the Pelicans
I
press
was like,
conference.
no, it went out. When did you walk it? I said it went off at like midnight. And they played the
In
Star
the
Spangled
goddamn
Banner,
Lenny
and they
Williams song.
Fierce
What
was
is going
looking
on?
Pause it.
So, yeah, that kind of stuff is funny to me.
We got any fan questions?
Yeah, we can stop it. You're right, Chaz. Like, I just wanted, like, I couldn't hear the hat thing, and
What up,
I
Michael
really
Morgan?
appreciate you, bro.
About to take a
kind
nap.
My dog just up there talking, bro.
What kind of
Shout
fucking
out to
baby,
you.
fucking baby boomer basketball? Let's get shout out to Joe.
Shout out to
though,
20
man.
piece. Appreciate it. Shout out to
I'm about
Joe.
to take a nap on this shit.
Smorgasbord, $2 super chat. Lita,
Okay.
what you got?
Oh man, base God. Thank you, base God.
Ezekiel, appreciate the super chat as always.
Zeke,
Sean Barnes.
what up?
Triple
What's
platinum,
up?
true.
Yes, sir.
This is an interesting one. Ryan, you've had a really good show tonight. Ryan's been pretty damn funny.
Right.
Magic Zion had that. This is a good point. Magic Zion had that kind of accountability and mentorship in his first several years.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about like I went to a football game today, man, with the kids, and the coach was just aimless out there. And a lot of times it is leadership and knowing what different people need. Like, you can't talk to everyone the same kind of way as a leader. Some like a Zion, you got to curse him out. You got to keep the pressure on him because his mind will go somewhere else. And I think them not having that voice in the building out the gate and kind of this thrusting that duty upon a Drew Holiday was unfair. And I think, it just didn't work out. That's not Drew's temperament. It's also not his responsibility necessarily. So it just didn't work out.
Chaz, you're just spot on with that because, like, as a coach, like a lot of people, I've read a lot of like books about this kind of stuff, but like where a lot of coaches lose your team is like, I'm going to coach a certain way, and I'm a coach like certain players just respond differently. There are some players that can take yelling. There are some players that need to be taught. There are some players that are really highly emotional, and there are some players that are even keeled. And so, like, I think if you treat each player the same, you'll run into like some bad situation. And look, let's keep it a buck. You treat you treat your top 3 guys a little bit different than 8, 9, and 10. It just is what it is. You got to keep those guys happy, but you got to hold them accountable. And like, you can do both, but at the same time, like, we've seen it multiple times where Willie Green fails is, he's going to hold Trey Murphy to account. Like, he's going to be like, why didn't you box? Like, he's going to yell at him and do all this other shit. But if Zion jogs back, or if Zion's talking to the ref, or if Zion misses rotation, he's not treating him the same. And I think Trey kind of like gets a little pissed off all the time. Like, well, fuck, man. Like, I'm busting my ass. I work my ass off every single day. I'm trying to get better. And, he's yelling at me, but he ain't going to hold Zion accountable. So why would I want to play for him? And like, that's not just with the Pelicans. It's just, that's in high school football, basketball, baseball, college, like all that stuff.
And life.
And life. Yeah, that's just life. And so like, that was a really good point by Ryan for sure. Or anything else?
Nah.
So we got the
super chat time.
Yeah, I just went through the super chats.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
But yeah, we got. So we're recapping tomorrow. We got the morning show tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. A lot of good shit going on, man.
Yeah. Morning show. Pull up on us.
What time is media day?
Good question. Chaz, is it 9, 10? I don't know.
I don't know what time it is now.
Chaz, are you at your house, Chaz?
Nah, this is not my house.
That backyard's badass. Like that porch area, like, badass setup.
Yeah.
Because you were watching the Lions game, weren't you? Is that why you reacted?
It's on right now. Actually, the Ravens just fumbled. So
I know, I saw that. I was fucking pissed.
Queen, you better hope they win, brother. You're out there on the company's time, and what we doing here.
Did y'all think that was weird? Did y'all think it was weird before, like, last thoughts? Did y'all think that it's weird that Queen's at the game tonight with Melo, and then he's got media day early in the morning?
Nah. I mean, it's really a 3-hour flight, and he ain't flying commercial like my poor ass. So he probably. Now, if he was driving, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? But, nah, it ain't no big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Let him live life.
Today's at 9 a.m.
Oh wow! Hey man, so look, y'all. You know, before y'all watch media day, come back over here to Boo Crew.
Yes, sir.
The morning show we got 8:15, 8:45. It'll lead y'all right into media day, and then tomorrow night, as we always do, we're gonna recap the players. Maybe Troy Weaver, maybe not. Willie Green, and do what we do best. Hopefully, by that time, Chaz will be in a different environment. Maybe not.
Yep.
Maybe there'll be a tent. Maybe we'll see the moon. Maybe we'll see people. We don't know. We don't even know if Chaz is safe right now. But
y'all don't even know if it's me.
Yeah, we don't even know. He could be held hostage right now. You know.
Y'all think Troy talks tomorrow then?
I think he might. I think since Willie's talking, I think Troy may speak. Yes.
Is Joe Dumars next to Troy tomorrow?
No.
I don't think. Nah.
No.
It would just be too redundant.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta let the kids do their thing, man. Let the kids talk.
Who are you most excited to see tomorrow? I know we gotta go. Who are y'all most excited to see?
Trey Murphy.
Trey.
Beers.
Jordan Poole.
JP?
Sure, JP. I like Poole too. Actually, you know who I'm actually really intrigued by is Dejounte Murray and see what he says. Oh, he's got to speak tomorrow, right? He has to speak. I wonder if he's going to be there. No, he has to be, right? Even if you're hurt?
Yeah. He'll be there. I might call in a favor and see if I can ask him a question or two. Well, listen. I gotta call in a favor because I got a question. I like, what did you mean when you said like I really got?
It was the 20-year anniversary of Katrina. Where were you again, Dejounte? You were 3 years old and watching CNN. Like,
yeah, what the fuck? Like, what you mean by that?
Fuck that.
It's all good.
Smash like button. I'll show later.